Welcome to the deep dive. This is where we take the sources you send us and we'll really dig into them to find the core ideas.
Uh-huh.
And today we're plunging into some, let's say, pretty interesting, maybe even challenging ideas about manifestation and the law of attraction.
Yeah, these are based on two YouTube sources you shared.
Exactly. So our mission basically is to unpack what these sources are saying about achieving your goals.
And it gets into some surprising stuff about how the universe supposedly works and, your role and all that.
Right. And these sources, they have some really distinct takes, don't they?
They do. But interestingly, they both seem to point towards this strong emphasis on your internal power. It's not just the surface level stuff you usually hear.
Okay, so let's maybe start with the first key idea. One source talks about external things, right? Like meditation or rituals.
Yeah, the thing's often linked with manifestation,
And it frames them as permission slips, essentially.
which is a fascinating way to put it. What the source seems to be saying is that these tools, they aren't where the power comes from. They're more like aids, helpers, designed to help you shift your own internal state.
So to get you into the right mindset or like feel more aligned.
Exactly. To get you to a place where you really believe you can have what you want. It helps you give yourself that permission.
Ah, okay. So if I'm drawn to, say, a specific crystal or a chant,
Uh-huh.
it's because it clicks with something inside me already, helping me give myself the internal green light.
Precisely. The source emphasizes that you're the one granting the permission, not the crystal or the chant itself.
Which implies the real power is always internal.
Always within you, yeah. And the source even hints that eventually you might not even need those external things anymore.
Because they were just catalysts, tools to kickstart that internal shift.
That's the idea. It really reframes it, doesn't it? Puts the power squarely back on your own beliefs and internal state.
Yeah. Use the tools if they help, but understand why they're helping, according to this view.
Exactly. It's about how they influence you.
Okay, so that's one angle, shifting power inward. But the second source you sent, wow, it takes this idea of inner power interacting with the universe somewhere else entirely, somewhere pretty radical.
Oh, definitely. This second source, it really throws a wrench into conventional thinking.
How so?
But it claims the universe doesn't actually respond to your effort, like how hard you try,
Right.
or even if you're a good person, your perceived worthiness, your morality.
Whoa, hang on. So hard work doesn't matter. Being deserving doesn't matter. That cuts against, well, pretty much everything we're usually told.
I know, it's jarring. According to this source, the universe responds only to your state of being.
State of being. Okay, what does that mean exactly? Like my mood.
It's deeper than just mood. It's your dominant internal feeling, your vibration, maybe your core assumption about reality, about yourself. The source says you need to stop coming from a place of wanting or needing something,
And instead
fully embody the state of already having it. Feel it. Assume it. Live from that place internally.
So instead of meditating and hoping I get the job.
This source says I should feel and act, internally at least, like the person who already has the job.
Precisely. And this is where it gets even more provocative. It suggests approaching the universe not with humility, not begging,
But with
with what the source actually calls divine entitlement, or even a kind of arrogance, a sense of course this is mine. It's my inherent right.
divine entitlement,
Yeah.
arrogance. That's quite a statement, so no asking nicely.
The source is pretty blunt. It says coming from that place of begging or humility actually causes the universe to, quote, shut you out.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, the perspective here is stark. The universe is painted almost like a machine. It's indifferent. Logic, morality, how much you've struggled, irrelevant according to this view.
It just reflects back your energy state, your assumption.
That's the claim. If you project confidence, ownership, the feeling of already having it, that's the reality it supposedly mirrors back. Stop asking for scraps, it says, and demand what's rightfully yours based on that inner state. It's definitely a challenging idea. Pushes hard against teachings about humility, earning things, working hard to deserve success. Makes you think.
It absolutely does. It totally reframes the whole dynamic. The power, the prerequisite. It's all about your internal state, specifically one of complete ownership and assumption.
Okay, let's try and boil this down for you, the listener. The core takeaways from these sources seem to be, first, this idea that external tools, meditation, rituals, whatever, they're basically permission slips.
Right. Not the power itself, just aids to shift your internal state, because the real power is already inside you. You might even outgrow them.
And second, this more radical concept that the universe responds only to your state of being, not effort, not worthiness.
Yeah, advocating for this mindset of ownership, this divine entitlement, acting and feeling as if you already possess what you desire, not coming from a place of asking or needing.
Because, as these sources argue, the universe just reflects your energy back, almost like a machine, kind of indifferent to our usual ideas of logic or morality.
So the question this leaves us with, for you to maybe ponder, if the universe is just this reflection of your energy and state, as these sources propose,
Hmm.
what other conventional beliefs might need a second look through that specific lens? Beliefs about success, about what you deserve, about how you receive things.
Yeah, think about it. How could that idea that your internal power and projected state of already having are key, regardless of circumstances or worthiness, how could that challenge or change your perspective in different parts of your own life?